Hello everyone, and a big warm welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, you're in the right place. My name is Carolina, and welcome to my channel, Retiree Talk. And this is where we cut through the confusion on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, VA benefits, stimulus news, and everything that impacts retirees and seniors living on fixed incomes. I've been covering these topics for years, reading the fine print in government releases so you can get straight facts without the headache. Today, December 18th, 2025, we have breaking developments that could put real money in your pocket just in time for Christmas. President Trump has been very clear in recent days. He's pushing for new $2,000 relief checks to go out before the holidays. He's called it a Christmas thank you to America's seniors, disabled workers, and veterans. Washington insiders say negotiations are moving fast, and if everything lines up, these checks could start hitting bank accounts in the next couple of weeks. We're going to go deep today, about 30 minutes of straight, no fluff information. I'll tell you exactly what Trump has said, who's most likely to get the full $2,000 or even $4,000 for couples, the timeline we're watching, real-life examples of how this money could help, common pitfalls to avoid, and step-by-step what you need to do right now to make sure you're ready. No repetition, just new details every step of the way. Grab a coffee, settle in, and let's make sure you don't miss a dollar you deserve. What Trump has actually said, let's start with the source. In the last week alone, President Trump has mentioned this relief multiple times. At a rally in North Carolina, he said, and I quote, "We're going to send seniors a nice Christmas present, $2,000 direct to their accounts, so they can enjoy the holidays without worrying about bills." In a Fox News interview 2 days ago, he doubled down. Inflation hit our seniors the hardest. They paid into the system their whole lives. We owe them this boost, and I want it done before Christmas. He's tied it to the broader economic relief package his team is negotiating with Congress. It's not a random idea. This builds on the successful stimulus model from 2020-2021, but more targeted. The White House fact sheet circulating in D.C. describes it as one-time direct assistance for fixed-income Americans affected by recent price increases. Why $2,000 specifically? It's roughly equivalent to 1 month's average Social Security benefit plus a little extra. Designed to cover holiday expenses and give breathing room into the new year. Detailed eligibility breakdown, who gets full amount, partial, or nothing now. Let's get into the heart of it. Who actually gets these new checks? From everything leaking out of the negotiations, here's the clearest picture we have. Social Security retirement beneficiaries. If you're receiving regular retirement benefits, the vast majority of viewers here, you're at the top of the list for the full $2,000. This includes anyone who started benefits at 62, full retirement age, or delayed to 70. SSI recipients, low-income seniors, and disabled adults on supplemental security income. Yes, you're included. This is huge because SSI averages only about $943 monthly, so $2,000 is more than 2 months' worth. SSDI recipients, disabled workers on Social Security disability insurance, fully expected to qualify for the full amount. Many of you have extra medical costs, and this acknowledges that. VA beneficiaries, veterans receiving disability compensation, pensions, or survivor benefits. Trump has repeatedly named veterans as a priority group. If you're on VA payments, watch closely. Couples, if both spouses receive benefits, the plan allows up to $4,000 total, one $2,000 check per eligible person. Survivors and dependents. Widows, widowers, and children on survivor benefits. Generally, yes, tied to the deceased worker's record. Who might get less or nothing? Higher income retirees with substantial pensions or investments could see phase-outs similar to past stimulus. Exact thresholds not final yet. People not currently enrolled in these programs, e.g., working adults not yet on Social Security, won't qualify. No new signups. This is for existing beneficiaries only. This targets about 75 million Americans, the exact people who felt inflation most, to make this potential $2,000 relief check feel truly real and tangible. Let's dive into what that kind of extra money could actually mean for everyday seniors and retirees facing today's rising costs. Picture Mary, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Ohio, who's been living on about $1,800 a month from Social Security. Her heating bill alone skyrocketed 40% last winter, forcing her to bundle up in extra layers and skip some comforts just to stay warm while her prescription copays keep adding up each month. With $2,000 arriving before Christmas, she could finally pay those overdue utility bills in full, stock up on medications for the next several months without worry, and even treat herself to a small family gathering she thought she'd have to miss. Then there's John, a proud disabled Army veteran in his late 60s living in Florida on a combination of VA benefits and SSDI. His medical copays and unexpected doctor visits constantly chip away at his tight budget, leaving little for basic maintenance like his aging car that's been making worrisome noises. This one-time check would let him get the vehicle repaired safely, cover those ongoing health expenses, and afford a plane ticket or gas money to visit his grandkids up north for the holidays, creating memories he feared might not happen. Or consider Linda and Tom, a couple married for over 50 years in Pennsylvania, both drawing Social Security benefits that barely keep pace with inflation. Their old furnace has been limping along for years, rattling and inefficient, but replacing it felt impossible without going into debt at their age. Together, qualifying for up to $4,000 would mean not only a new energy-efficient heating system to stay cozy through harsh winters, but also peace of mind, knowing they won't face sky-high repair bills or freezing nights ahead. These aren't just made-up scenarios. They mirror the thousands of heartfelt stories that poured in during previous stimulus rounds, where seniors shared how that unexpected money paid for long overdue home repairs, helped with groceries during tough times, or simply allowed them to spoil their families a little without guilt. This time around, with the holiday timing, it's positioned as meaningful seasonal relief that could ease financial stress right when expenses peak for gifts, travel, and celebrations, turning what might be a worrisome Christmas into one filled with gratitude and a bit more security heading into the new year. Here's a closer, day-by-day outlook on the potential timeline for these new $2,000 relief checks, based on how similar payments have rolled out in the past and the current fast-paced negotiations in Washington as of December 19th, 2025. Right now through the next week, roughly December 19th to December 26th, Congress and the White House are in the final stretch of year-end spending talks, with President Trump personally pushing for a quick signature before lawmakers head home for the Christmas break, emphasizing that he doesn't want families waiting into the new year. If the bill gets signed by December 22nd or 23, which is looking increasingly likely given the momentum from Republican leaders and administration officials, the Treasury Department and Social Security Administration could activate electronic deposits almost immediately, often within just a few business days, meaning the first direct deposits might start appearing in bank accounts as early as December 24th and continue rolling out through December 30th, perfectly timed for last-minute holiday spending or bill payments. Proving the system can move remarkably fast when prioritized, so keep your eyes on announcements this week for any sudden green light. We've been through similar relief efforts before, particularly during the 2020 and 2021 COVID stimulus rounds, when 3 separate payments, totaling up to $3,200 for many individuals, were sent out to Social Security beneficiaries. And those experiences offer valuable lessons for what's potentially coming now with this proposed $2,000 Christmas check. Back then, the vast majority, tens of millions, received their money automatically and seamlessly through direct deposit, often within days of approval, which was a huge relief for seniors and disabled individuals on fixed incomes who needed it most urgently. However, Thousands upon thousands missed out initially due to common but avoidable issues. Bank accounts that had been closed without updating the SSA, recent moves or address changes that weren't reflected in government records, name changes from marriage or divorce that cause mismatches, outdated mailing information for those still receiving paper checks, or even simple system glitches, and database errors on the government's end that temporarily flagged certain accounts. In many cases, these folks didn't get the money right away and had to wait months or even years to claim it retroactively by filing a federal tax return, often for the first time in decades, using their annual SSA 1099 benefit statement as proof of eligibility and income. The IRS eventually processed those claims and sent the missing funds, but it involved extra paperwork, potential delays, and unnecessary stress during already tough times. The exact same risks exist with this new proposed relief. Automatic delivery sounds great, but if your information isn't current, you could be one of the ones left waiting. That's precisely why maintaining an active and up-to-date My Social Security account is so crucial right now. It lets you verify and correct your direct deposit details, address, and other personal info in minutes, ensuring you're set up for the fastest, most reliable receipt if and when these new checks are approved and distributed before Christmas. Here's your complete step-by-step preparation guide to make sure you're fully ready for these potential new $2,000 relief checks and avoid any delays or missed payments. Let's go through each action in detail so you can do them confidently today or this weekend, because a little preparation now could save you weeks of frustration later. First, head over to the official Social Security website at My Social Security. Gov and either create a free account if you don't have one yet. It's secure, government-run, and only takes about 10 to 15 minutes with your Social Security number, basic personal info, and answering a few security questions. Or simply log in if you already do. Once inside, go straight to the My Profile or payment information section to double-check that your direct deposit bank account and routing numbers are current and correct, along with your mailing address, because outdated details are the #1 reason people miss automatic deposits in past relief rounds. Second, if you're still one of the few receiving paper checks each month, which the SSA has been phasing out for security reasons, strongly consider switching to direct deposit right there in your account settings. It's faster. Money arrives on the exact payment date without mail delays, much safer, no risk of lost or stolen checks, and often gets you funds 2 to 3 days earlier than paper. Plus, it positions you perfectly for quick electronic delivery of any new relief checks. Third, mark your calendar for Christmas Day itself, because that's when your official 2025 SSA 1099 tax form, or SSA 1042S if you live abroad, becomes available digitally in your My Social Security account. Log in, download it immediately as a PDF. And guiding a loved one through these quick steps could ensure they get their full share of any upcoming relief, turning this into a positive family effort during the holiday season. How this fits with other 2025 wins. This isn't standalone. Layer it with Fairness Act boosts for public servants. 3.1 million got thousands extra. New senior tax deduction saving thousands in taxes. 2.8% COLA coming January. $56 monthly average. Together, 2025-2026 could be the strongest stretch for fixed incomes in years. What if it doesn't happen? Backup plans. Real talk, it's not signed yet. If delayed, Trump has signaled it's a top 2026 priority. Meanwhile, maximize current benefits, check for underpayments, explore Medicare savings programs, or state property tax relief. Seniors, you've earned every bit of support coming your way. This $2,000 could make Christmas brighter and 2026 easier. If this detailed guide helped, hit like. It pushes this to more retirees. Subscribe and turn on notifications. I'll drop an instant update when it's official. Comment, which benefit are you on? How would $2,000 help your holidays? I read them all. Share with family and friends. One share could mean thousands in relief. Thank you for watching. Stay hopeful, stay warm, and make sure you don't miss any updates. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you get the latest news as soon as it drops. Share this with friends and family who could benefit. One share could make a real difference this holiday season. This video is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial or legal advice. Always verify eligibility and details with official Social Security sources before taking action.